Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and I'm back with another episode of what I'm reading and watching. Now, I apologize for not having this show for a while, and I also apologize for this not being on Monday like I said it was going to be. I've had a lot of work, I've been applying to colleges, a lot of stuff has been happening, and I haven't had time to make videos. But I'm starting to get back into it, as you can tell. I'm starting to increase the videos, and I wanted to get this video out because even though I still have a lot of work, I'm still reading and watching a lot of manga and anime and that sort of stuff. So, I'm just going to... Oh, before I start, I want to say this is a weekly show that I try to get out on Mondays where I talk about the things that I'm reading and watching. And every week I have like a set few titles that I always go over, just the weekly things, and then new stuff that I've picked up over the week, and other interesting things that I've read, whether it be American comics, whether it be regular book. And also remember, in the description below, I will have the times that I'm talking about each series, so if you don't want to see one or don't want to hear about one, you can skip and go to another one. And I also try not to have spoilers. So to start right off, I have Toriko. Now I'm going to be holding up the volumes just to show what series I'm talking about instead of putting up a picture on the side of the screen. You can see me better. So I read Toriko chapter 303, and I've been really enjoying this series so far when they're in the gourmet world. I said that in some of my earlier videos. I love the imagination, the different creatures. It is really, really cool. But I particularly love this chapter. It's a very sad chapter, and I just, without really spoiling anything, I just love the way the author did it. He did it from Sunny's perspective. There were a lot of interesting camera shots where you're looking through his eye, and the panel is shaped like sort of the eye in that sort of shape, almond shape you would call it. And I just loved it. Now, I am hoping that when the next chapter comes out, it's not like a dream, like this never happened. I want to see either Toriko, Coco, or Zebra like be injured, because otherwise it'll take away from the dramatic moment that this chapter created, and it did it so well. So I really love this chapter, and I can't wait for the next one. Okay, next was Bleach chapter 607. Now, I've mentioned in some of my other videos that I loved Bleach, but recently hasn't been doing too well. I really enjoyed this chapter. It wasn't my favorite out of the week, but it's starting to get back into it. This battle between the leader of the Quincy's and the monk, whose name is Ichiba Hayoshiba, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is really entertaining, really interesting, and I like this monk. I especially like the image of him on the last page. I like how he fights with a brush, and he's always so sure of himself. And I still haven't figured out like what his attacks are. I don't know. It's so far it's been really good. What else do I want to say? I also like the color page that Taikudo had on there of the close-up face of the monk. Really kind of creepy and interesting for cover art. Usually artists try to do some big double-page spread like Oda Sensei does in One Piece. Not that those are bad. It's just this is a different style. So I really like that. I really like that cover page that I did, despite it being creepy. Okay, so next was I read One Piece chapter 769, and we're entering the climax of this arc. I'm blanking on the name of the city. The current arc with Doflamingo. So I'm really enjoying this. I've been enjoying this whole arc, and I want to see more of. I want to see Luffy fight Doflamingo. That's what I'm really looking forward to, and I think everyone is. So the fact that Luffy's still battling Bellamy. I mean, want I want to see the battle between him, Luffy, and Doflamingo. I think that would be great. All the battles are wrapping up now, so next two chapters we will have like I'm gonna guess double page spreads of final attacks. I'm really interested in Zolo's fight because Zolo's my favorite character. And since the time skip arc, or like after that, we haven't gotten to see a lot of him or as much as him as I would have liked. So that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, next series is Nisekoi Chapter 149. Now, I'm a huge Raku Chitoge fan. That's what I've been saying for a while in all my videos. I seem to start out saying that. I don't usually want to put characters together. Like, I love these manga for the plot. But this is one series where people really have a side where who they want Raku to belong with. And so when I first saw Chitoge in the front page of this chapter, I'm like, yes, Raku Chitoge, let's go, Chitoge chapter. Of course it wasn't. It was still an okay chapter. I like the fact that Raku's character, he's a really good cook, and I love seeing chapters where he puts it to good use. I wish there was a little bit more cooking in there. And Tsugumi, I think that's how I pronounce her name. She's not a bad character. I like her. But I just wish it focused on Chitoge a little bit more. And I also wish more plot happened. Like, the story progressed a little bit more. I've been saying the same thing about Nisekoi for a while now, and... Okay, so the next series that I read that I don't have the volume for, I will soon, so you will see a picture probably right where my hand is, or on... You'll see a picture up on the screen. It's Shokugeki no Soma, chapter... don't have the chapter written down. Either, I think 97, 96 or 97. This is a great chapter. This is probably one of my favorite chapters, and maybe even my favorite chapter of the week. He's Soma. He's in the final round of this cooking showdown, and this chapter has everything. It has some drama. It has some comedy. It has like suspense, and the final illustration of the three final competitors as they start to cook is so cool. And the artist is so good at drawing cooking in a way that it looks so cool, and I love this series. I love every moment of it. And there's also a lot of comedy. Soma has a great line to what's his name, Rio, the crazy guy that always wears the headband and goes berserk. He has a really funny line where Soma says to him, "Oh, when you put on your headband Rio says, he calls it berserk mode," which I thought was funny, and Soma questions it like probably like a lot of the readers, berserk mode. What are you talking about? So that's what you call it. And I thought that was really quite funny. And also, there was an interesting thing where they showed Soma's dad. They didn't directly show it or say it, but I'm guessing that's who it was. Try not to give stuff away here. All in all, it was just an incredible chapter, and I'm looking. I know in the next chapter, the winner's not going to be revealed, so probably in like 2 to 4 chapters, the winner will be revealed. I can't wait. This is a series that probably out of the ones I've talked about previously that I'm enjoying the most, that I'm reading weekly. Okay, so next are a series that I don't read weekly, and recently the one I've been reading several series, but the one I really want to talk about, and I showed in a recent video, was Buddha by Osamu Tezuka. Now this is volume 5 of 8. God, stupid glare. Okay, there we go. 5 of 8. And I love this series a lot. It's a lot deeper and it's not darker than other series, but it's so much more serious than a lot of the other things I'm reading, like Bleach, Toriko, Shokugeki no Soma, Nisekoi. Um, and it's just really interesting array of characters. There are so many characters, so many storylines that intertwine and connect. So many generations. There are so many characters that they get married. Then you're following their kids, and their kids interact with other characters from before. Don't know what I'm doing. Um, so great series. I read this series every day. Every night, every morning, I read like a chapter. So I'm almost done with the series, and probably by next week you'll hear my final thoughts on it. Um, the art is also really good. Very simple art right here. Very simple art, but Tezuka, his backgrounds are incredible. His body proportions and character designs are a little bit old school, but his the way he draws mountains. Let's see if I can find an illustration. The way he draws mountains and trees. Here's a good example right here. His art is beautiful. So I just love this. If I had to make a top 10 manga list, this might be on it or might be close there. This is just so fantastic. So now another thing we can talk about, which is a little bit unusual for this series, is Omega Ruby, Pokemon Omega Ruby. I actually just finished this today. I finished it at school during lunch, and I have to say I really enjoyed this game. I'm still gonna play. I'm still gonna play the post game, some of the post game stuff, but I really enjoyed it. I've finished the Pokemon Y a while ago. I think I mentioned that in the video, and then I got Omega Ruby, and I'm really liking Ruby. It was a great game. Gen 3 was a great generation, and there were just so many little things that you could do in this game. Like you could get a racing bike in this game, and I'm a huge cyclist. I've gotten into it recently, and I've mentioned I love the Omushi pedal, so it was really cool to be able to ride that. And also you can fly around on Latios and Latias, which is incredibly cool. So all in all, that was a great game. Now, as for the watching part, which always seems to take a backseat because I don't watch a lot of stuff, or as much as you might expect from my love of anime and manga, was I finally finished season 1 of Pokemon, the Indigo League, and I really enjoyed this season. I had seen probably maybe 20 or 30 of the episodes as a kid, but it was great just to see the whole thing in order and get to live the experience again. And I still love the Pokemon show. I still love Ash. I think he's a great main character. That's just my personal opinion. I really like main characters like him. And so I can't wait to start the Orange Island, the second season, the Orange Islands. I watched the first episode and it was okay. Mainly sort of a Team Rocket thing and sort of a conclusion to Ash getting back to Pallet Town from the Pokemon League. But I'm interested in the Orange Islands because, one, there's Tracy's in it, and I know nothing about this character besides from the Pokemon 2000 movie, which he's in. And I don't remember seeing any of the Orange Islands as a kid, so this is all going to be new to me, and I can't wait. So that wraps up this week's what I'm reading and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. More Pokemon videos are going to be on the way. Want to add more regular art videos, more anime drawing videos, manga character drawing videos, and if anything else you guys want to see, art related, manga related, any books or manga you think I should read, please tell me, and I will try my best to keep this series going and read and tell you about interesting series.